This is your practice test for Chapter 7. It is January 19th, 2023. The police are coming for me. We have the first 6 questions are true and false, and it's kind of an interesting one in that the first question requires Chapter 5 skills in order to solve. Because you're looking at this and you're like, I don't know what this is saying. But if you think about this, this is Chapter 5. And what this was is gathering like terms. If you have 5x's and you add it to 2 more x's, pictorially we learned in Chapter 5 that you can gather like terms, and that will actually become 7x. This particular question on the other side is actually a Chapter 7 question, dividing monomials by monomials. If you think about it as being this, that would actually give you, actually over 1, I could put it over 1 if you want. That would actually give you 14x squared over 2. But I would reduce this down to lowest terms, and when I multiplied my numerators now, I'd get 7 times x squared over 1 times 1, which is 7x squared. That's what it's equal to. And since 7x does not equal 7x squared, your answer for number 1 is false. They are not equal to each other. A very intelligent student just asked me, why didn't you add x plus x to get x squared? Well, the answer to that is because x plus s is 2x. So this is a great thing to write down somewhere. Watch this. X plus x does not equal x squared. X times x equals x squared. And then you could also say x times x does not equal 2x. X times x equals x squared. There's a great little exercise or great little cheat sheet type of thing to kind of help keep clear what it is you need to have. Right? All good stuff. Question 2, similar. The first side gives us the addition of 2 terms. Can we add those together? Can we add those 2 terms together? No, why not? Because they're not like terms. So this is going to stay as is. It's not going to be added together. I'm just going to keep it like this. On the other side, however, we have the multiplication of a polynomial by a monomial. 2x multiplied by x squared will be 2. X times x times x is x cubed. The next arrow, 2x times 2, will be a positive 4x. And therefore, if I look at these, are those the same thing? Nope. Because this is an x squared, this is an x cubed, so the answer is false. 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 Question 3. This stays as is because it's a binomial that cannot be gathered or combined. I'm going to use distributive property to divide both terms of my polynomial by the monomial. If you're struggling, write it down. The first term is divided by 5x. The second term is divided by negative 5x. And each of these simplifications of each monomial divided by a monomial will represent the division of that polynomial divided by the monomial. 10 divided by negative 5 is going to be negative 2. Correct? That goes in my numerator. X squared divided by x is just an x. So the first arrow, that division, works out to be negative 2x. The second one, negative 5x divided by negative 5x. If you have to think about dividing coefficients then dividing variables, you need to stop for a second, pause, breathe, meditate, and think about this. Whatever number this is representing here, that number is the exact same thing. If x is 2, then negative 5x is negative 10. And negative 10 divided by negative 10 will always be 1. So any number divided by itself is always 1, and therefore, so too will that. But if you wanted to, negative 5 divided by negative 5 is 1 over 1. X divided by x is 1 over 1. 1 times 1 over 1 times 1 is 1 over 1, which is equal to 1. Yada, yada, yada. Are they equal? Nope. That's a phrase. That's phrase. It is not equal. Question 4. We're only going to get through the true and false probably in this class. Divide these two, you get 2 over 1. Divide the x's, you get 1 over 1. 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. The answer for this side is just the number 2. And 2 does not equal 2x. And therefore, your answer is flays. Here we have the multiplication of a monomial by a monomial. So, using associative property, 10xy is 10 times x times y times 2 times x times y. Rearranging them, that's how I would rearrange them. 10 times 2 is 20, x times x is x squared, y times y is y squared. Your solution, the number 5, is, or to the left-hand side, is 20x squared y squared. Is that equal to this? No, because what's the exponent on the one, x? It's just a 1. So therefore, it too is Flays. Flays. And finally, your last true and false. The multiplication of a trinomial by a monomial requires distributive property. 2 times 2x is 2x squared, 2 times x is positive 2x, and 2 times 2 is 4. So when I simplify the multiplication on the left-hand side, that's what I get. Can't gather like terms, that's as far as I can go. However, when I divide this one, using distributive property of division, negative 2x cubed divided by negative x will become a positive 2x squared, or 2x squared. We don't need the positive symbol. Negative 2x squared divided by a negative x. Divide the code, you get positive 2. X squared over x is just x. You get a positive 2x. And finally, negative 4x divided by negative x is just going to be a positive 4. So when I look at both sides, are they equal? Yes, they are. So therefore, it's true A. True A.